Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't going to make any videos today because I'm tired, kind of exhausted. But, I don't own me. I am a soldier of God. So here we go. Okay? Now, what we're going to talk about, this is going to be a short video, a relatively short video. What we're going to talk today is the power of the symbols. Symbols can be very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, this whole world lives under the bewitchment of symbols, especially numbers. Okay? Here we go. In fact, there's a mathematician and philosopher from China who was born in the year 551 before Christ and died 479 before Christ. And he clearly said something that is very, very logic, which actually came out of the Bible, which talks about idolatry. And he says the following: the societies of the world and the governments, the people are not ruled by rules and laws, but they are ruled and controlled by symbols. Confucius said this, that he said it. In fact, there's a whole religion called Confucius. Many of the crazy ideological radical religions out there, which are only there to control men, which is one of the reasons there are a lot of atheists on this planet, and they're growing by the numbers every day, because they have come to the realization that religion, it is a freaking joke. And how can that be? When all of them, almost all of them, came out of the Roman Catholic Church. Here we go. So we are controlled, we are ruled by symbols, by the powers of the symbols, under this matrix that we live under. The Satanists, the Luciferians, the spiritualists, los santeros, those people that worship images, a lot of them in Cuba, which is called Santeria, and in my country too. Los hechiceros, the witches. Y los brujos, the witch doctors. They know very well, they are aware of the power of the symbols, which is used to honor the God of this world, who happens to be the devil. And with this in mind, let us go and make some observations and how they got this world, this naive, distracted, deceived, bewitched, play, control, condition, and program like sheep to the slaughterhouse. That is exactly what is happening, especially God's people. The Native Americans, the blacks, what they call the Indians, the tribe. When it comes to the Native Americans, it's called God. G-A-D, God. The tribe of God. The Negroes, they are the tribe of Judah. The Hispanics, well, we got so many of them. Mexican is Issachar. Puerto Rican is Ephraim. My country, Dominicans, is the tribe of Simeon. Haiti, the tribes of Levi. Let us keep going. I'm going to read to you some of these things, and then I'm going to stop and read you some words, okay? From the Holy Book, the Bible. Yahushua, whom the Christians know as Christ, he died at the age of 33 years old. The Twin Towers, they were destroyed 33 years after they were built. The Twin Towers were created back in 1968, and they came down in the year 2001. September 11, 2001. Exactly 33 years. For those that think that I am crazy when I tell you that the Twin Towers coming down was a ritual dedicated to the God of this world, believe it or not, to the devil, who happens to be the devil. And he knows his time is running short. That's why he wants to take as many people as he can with him once the hell is created. Have you heard of the Disney Club 33? Have you heard of the 33rd degree of the Illuminati in the pyramid? The ones that are on top? Big famous people like Bill Gates. Pelosi, who is a witch, and is also a 33rd degree Freemason, ladies and gentlemen, who's happened to be the one in charge of the House of Representatives, but not for long. She held on to the impeachment papers for 33 days. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that this is a coincidence? Ladies and gentlemen, there are no coincidences in this world. There are cause and effect. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason why you are listening to this video now. And no coincidence. I'm trying to wake you guys up. Because before time runs out under this matrix that we are living under. Now you see the correlation between 33rd degree Masonic or Illuminatos, how they were called back in the Roman Empire. That was their original name, Illuminatos, in Latin, because that's the language that was spoken back in Rome. So, Illuminato took the 33 He borrowed the 33 as a mockery to Christ, who died when he was 33 years old. Remember, third part of the angels came down. So that is another honor to the God. Third part of the fallen angels. Okay? That is to say 33% out of 100. You do the math. Okay? They even made a movie about the 33 Chileans that were trapped in a mine and they were all rescued. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you know what's going on here? Or you don't want to be unplugged from this matrix, huh? You want to stay there in Wonderland? Okay. I invite you to take the red pill. This channel is not for people that are weak heart. Remember, there are a lot of links that I have shared with you where you see people decapitated by the cartels in Mexico. Now, let us go to another powerful symbols, which is Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda. You may say, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Mazda is the brand name of a car, right? Mazda. Audi. That too. Well, I got news for you. Ahura Mazda was the most honored god by Zoroastrianism, which is a practice that was being practiced in the Persian Empire, where the Iranians came out of. The Iranian came out of the Persian Empire, ladies and gentlemen. And believe me when I tell you, the United States will be destroyed by the Medes, which is Iran. Now, I'm not making this up. It's the Bible. It's not me. Let us go to the Bible where it says that. Isaiah chapter 13. This is a prophecy, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, this can never happen because the United States is a superpower. It's got nuclear bombs. It could turn Iran into a parking lot. Well, I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. If God says that something's going to happen, who is you? Who is any man to tell him otherwise? That's prophecy, and that's coming down the pipe. You think that everything is quiet right now? Not quite. It's going to be millions of people that are going to die. Prepare yourself to live America. I'm preparing myself to live America. Remember, the walls are being built not to prevent immigrants from coming in. The walls are being built to prevent people from going out of it. And plus, America is the second beast that the Bible talks about on Revelation chapter 13, starting on verse 11. Go read it. King James Version, the best Bible. Okay? So you cannot deny now that I shared this. This is the tip of the iceberg. A little bit of knowledge with you. There's no such thing as coincidence. You have been worked. You have been had. We have to know the Prince of Darkness. You have to know how he works and how he thinks. You got to think like the enemy to be him. Remember that old saying, if you know yourself, you will win 50% of the time. But if you know your enemy, if you know your enemy, you will win 50% of the time. But if you know yourself and you know your enemy, you will always win 100% of the time. Okay? My friend, 10% of what happens to you, life is 10% of what happens to you. Your life can go like this, the blink of an eye. Here today, gone tomorrow. %10 is what life is. What happens to you, life is 10% of what happens to you. 90% is how you react to it. I make these videos out of love. I love my humans brethren. I'm a humanist. I love humans. But I don't love what they have become. Where a grown-ass man can go into a lady's bathroom, the little girl's bathroom, and say, well, today I feel like a woman and you must respect me. We live in that ridiculous world. Don't forget the links that I will send you. This is just to put a seed in your mind and to make you see that this thing is about to hit the fan. Where will you be when this thing hit the fence? Are you going to be in the way? Or are you going to... There's only two ways. You either with God or you either with the devil, who is the God of this world, who knows that his days are numbered upon this, under this matrix system, this illusion that he has created. And people have eaten it up. May God bless you. And remember, I can only tell you the truth. Are you ready for the truth? The reality is that most people are not ready for the truth. In fact, no sooner you become you join this side of life, being in God's way, no sooner you do that, when you see things going in the opposite direction. In your mind, you'll be like, wait a minute, I thought things were supposed to get better for me. When you come and join the way every human should do, enjoying God, He's going to put you to the test. Just like He put our first fathers on this planet. So the Bible clearly says, that, in fact, let's go there. 2 Peter chapter 2. 2 Peter chapter 2. This is what God is saying to people that have known the truth but yet have run away from it. I'm going to start on verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Christ, Yahushua, they are getting entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. Verse 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. Verse 22. But it is happened unto them according to true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. That is, the pig go back into her mud, into her sty. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, let us go to Proverbs verse 26. Proverbs 26, written by King Solomon. Proverbs 26. And again, it says, 26 verse 11. Proverbs 26 verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. First Peter. Let us go to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 17. But I'm going to start verse 7 first, all right? Verse 7 says, that the trial of your faith be much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of our Savior Christ, whom having not seen yet love, in whom thou now see him not, yet believe him. Ye rejoice, rejoice, unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. Have you picked up a rock that you thought it was garbage? Well, that's how gold is, ladies and gentlemen. But what happens when that rock that you might think that you feel like throwing it away, and you put it through the fire, it becomes gold? Well, that's who we are. Now a few words in Spanish. Tú puedes hacer todos los planes del mundo. ¿Y quién no desea lo mejor? De hecho, en los tiempos antiguos, la raza deseaba lo mejor. El pueblo del Creador de Israel deseaba lo mejor. Y como deseaba lo mejor, no quería estar en el camino del Creador. So what they did? ¿Qué hicieron? Comenzaron a adorar a otros dioses. Comenzaron a hacer sacrificios humanos, de tirar los bebés al fuego para los Baales. ¿Ok? Tú quieres un carro, tú quieres una casa, tú quieres un trabajo, tú necesitas dinero. El Creador sabe que tú necesitas esas cosas. Pero ¿qué es lo que quiere primero? Que tú te concentres en tener una relación con Él. Porque de desear, el corazón humano siempre va a desear cosas buenas. Que a través de la historia, los seres humanos han vendido su alma al diablo. Hollywood es un especialista en eso. Hollywood es el terreno del diablo. En otras palabras, mi gente, Satanás ha jugado con la humanidad. Después que lo incitó a desobedecer a su creador. Ha jugado. Y le gusta acusar. A mí me ha puesto, me ha tirado tentaciones. Como se la tiró a José. ¿Se recuerdan? Joseph. Aquella mujer, porque él no quiso acotarse con ella, ¿se recuerda? Así que mi gente, lo que quiero que comprendan, y me callo, es que esto es una constante batalla. Esto no era una guerra en el Antiguo Testamento. No, ahora es que la cosa se pone de verdad en serio, porque el diablo sabe que tiene sus días contados. He knows it. Él lo sabe. Así que busquemos de nuestro Creador primero. Si tenemos fallas, quitémosla de nosotros, pedámosla al Creador. Si somos mal hablados, si nos enojamos, tenemos que conquistar todo eso primero. Por eso es que la gente se entrega al diablo y dice, el diablo me acepta como yo soy, que se joda. Yo no quiero saber nada. No me hable de Biblia. Estoy harto. Porque no quieren cambiar. ¿Ok? Que Dios me lo bendiga hoy, mañana y siempre. ¿Quiere buena salud? ¿Quiere llevarte bien con tu pareja? ¿O no quiere estar con tu pareja? Pues decide. Busca primero de tu Creador. Porque Él es el que nos da todo, el que nos da la vida. Nosotros podemos estar un día vivos y mañana morir. El diablo lo tuerce y dice, a la vida es corta, hay que vivirla al máximo. Me get out of here, man. Me voy. Que Dios me lo bendiga.